Okay, ready for this one? Now we're just gonna start ripping. So Cameron got canceled. You got canceled back in 2 years ago when all this cancel culture was happening for cultural appropriation.
Yeah.
And the kid who canceled him was a black kid who had dyed blonde hair. Cameron posted a photo of himself in a Bob Marley wig on Bob Marley Day, and the kid goes, "This is disgusting. You're disgusting." All these fucking nerds. When it's like Jordan, cancel culture. Here's the thing.
He didn't say it was disgusting.
No. Remember the other girl did.
He
the other
swiped
girl did.
up.
Multiple people did. Multiple people did. Saying dumb shit.
Interestingly,
So
there was a lot. There was a couple of people who came and.
You're disgusting. You're disgusting. You wear a wig. Oh, you have dyed blonde hair. You were not born with dyed blonde hair. I don't give a shit.
I let them know. The one kid who first tried to tell me this is racist. I told him your hair is dyed blonde and I'm not complaining to you.
Yeah.
And then I had a girl go and say. Because I posted myself saying that to him, I posted how incredibly hard I roasted him in the DMs, and then a girl swipes up and says, "He's right. You're racist. This is cultural appropriation."
Yeah, well, you're a girl.
Well, no, that's not. That wasn't the argument that I took. It was, I could see that being in your mind. That's the first answer. But I decided to do the long game. I checked her following, and this girl is a huge Post Malone fan.
Yep.
Ooh, Post Malone. Isn't he wearing dreads? Doesn't he culturally appropriate fucking everything? So I asked her, "Are you a big Post Malone fan? Because I see you're following him." Oh, her tune switched so fast. I didn't really mean to offend you. I didn't really mean to come. And I was like, yeah. I basically cooked her, and I said, "You look like a huge hypocrite." Now she said, This is getting hostile, so I'm going to end the conversation.
Yeah, fuck you. You came in
so
hostile.
I said, "Well, I hope you learned, to not be a hypocrite and a fucking idiot."
Yeah, everybody comes in acting like they're on some holy roller, high and mighty bullshit when they're
throwing stones from a glass house.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong. Cultural appropriation is everybody appropriates things. It's the biggest compliment you can take, and it's bullshit. If you want to live in an equal society, then you shouldn't. I can't stand it, but I don't feel like talking
about it. Fucking America is a melting pot.
Yeah, melting pot.
Yeah, I mean, biggest example, honestly, Post Malone. It couldn't have worked out better because Post Malone is. Loved by so many people, and he does that shit all the time.
Just an artist is what he is. And yeah, that's political though. But
it's more political than it should be.
Yeah, it really shouldn't.
It shouldn't be political to wear a Bob Marley wig, and say "Yeah, man."
Mm-hmm. A couple weeks ago.
That'd be like if a black kid dressed up as Superman. And
yeah,
I said,
exactly.
What are you doing, buddy?
What are you doing?
What's wrong with you? No, that's cool. Do whatever you want.
Whatever you want. So a couple weeks ago when I went to... I'm very particular about, donuts. We went to Glenn's Donuts, which is this new donut place that opened by my house. And all the 7-Elevens on Long Island are... They get their donuts from one bakery that's like an industrial bakery, and they're super delicious and amazing.
We're totally going to have to blur that because people are giving us death threats.
Who?
So
What?
Saying we need to get slapped.
Yeah, someone threatened to slap me.
So we're gonna blur where these donut shops are.
Oh, I don't give a fuck. We're on Long Island. Come find me.
It's gonna get blurred.
It's not gonna get blurred. But this one place delivers donuts to all of the 7-Elevens, and the 7-Elevens by me have the best donuts on Long Island because we don't have Krispy Kremes. So anyways, a few years back, Duck Donuts opens up. Duck Donuts is absolute dog shit. They have no business calling themselves a donut. They should say that they sell dog shit. Because it's a yeast donut. No, it's a cake donut. Is where a donut should be yeast, and it should be light and airy, and I should be able to eat 12 of them and feel fine. These donuts are a cake like this, and they're so big, and it's too much. It's like eating a cake. It's $3 a donut, so that makes a dozen like $30. It's a disgrace. I cannot stand Duck Donuts. And then this place, Glenn's Donuts, open up, and they pose themselves as this real donut shop, first one in the area. But I walk into it, and they have all of the... So when you walk into a donut shop, you're supposed to smell the fresh baked goodness. You're supposed to look around and see the selection of donuts in the cases. Not at this place. There's an iPad on the counter, and there's prepackaged boxes against the wall like I'm in the Apple store. A woman walks up with the iPad. She's like, "Hey, can I help you?" I said, "I just want to look at your donuts. Where's the case?" Knowing they didn't have a case, I wanted to put her on the spot, make her feel stupid and small. And she was like, this is all we have. So I came to your donut shop, and you have all your donuts packaged on the wall already? Fuck you. I want to pick out my own selection. So then I get my box of donuts. I'm like, I got to try it. I came here. I put it on the counter. It was like $13, something kind of crazy, but not Duck Donuts level crazy price. And then I gave him cash. They go, "Oh, we don't accept cash." I said, "All right, bye." and I left the place. I have no tolerance for business that don't accept cash. They don't want to accept cash because I don't know. It's currency take it. It's insane to me. But that's my beef with that donut place. And I've yet to find a good donut spot on Long Island. If anybody knows any, I would appreciate them letting me know.
You know what? I think For Goodness Cakes appears on my timeline.
Yeah, but they're not a donut place. It's just like this local like food truck, which looks delicious and really good. But and I would
Did
definitely
it make
try
donuts?
I don't know. A donut's like its own thing. The best donut I ever had in my life was in Martha's Vineyard, which is in Massachusetts, called Backdoor Donuts. It's just like, they have like this alleyway they set up and they sell donuts out of the back. It was absolutely delicious. Never had anything like it. And second to that, on Long Island is 7-Eleven donuts.
7-Eleven donuts are fucking awesome.
So
Those
underrated.
things are so good.
And I think it's a Long Island thing because elsewhere the donuts probably don't come from the same, like, they're locally sourced, the pastries and stuff in 7-Eleven, and where our place gets them from is just delicious. It's the best.
I'm not super into baked goods as much as I am. Honestly, I do really like candy. I fuck with candy.
I like candy, but my big thing is I love entrees, love barbecue, and I like desserts.
Yeah, if I had to choose between food and desserts and I
just love food.
I'd go for food. I'd go for
But I don't like gorging on dessert. I like to have a taste of dessert,
Yeah.
especially ice cream. Like if you go to the ice cream shop or parlor, wherever, and you get like 4 scoops, I don't get that. I think it's ridiculous. I could eat one scoop, be totally fine.
I got a
gorge on ice
little
cream.
pint of Halo Top, and I've been working on it for like a week and a half now, maybe 2 weeks, just because I don't eat ice cream in large quantities, if at all. It's like not my go-to to begin with, but if I am gonna eat ice cream, I will, a little bit of taste here and there. I fucking love milkshakes. I used to have a lot of milkshakes. I don't do it now, but
milkshakes are so fattening.
Milkshakes
But we have the protein
best.
shakes that like legitimately taste just like milkshakes.
I like Fairlife.
The Fairlifes.
That's my shit.
Literally the best.
Fairlife was under heat, honestly, for the whole animal abuse thing that got disproven. I stuck with them throughout it though. Their product is really good.
I just don't care at all. I don't give a fuck. I'm so over canceling companies, except for Glenn's Donuts and Five Guys. I'm gonna get into that now. Five Guys.
This is interesting because you used to work at Five Guys.
I did used to work at Five Guys, and 2 weeks ago, I don't go in there too
turntables.
frequently because it's super expensive for a burger, and I think that's ridiculous.
I've never regretted going in there and spending the money though. I've always
I
said
did last time because I asked for a cup of water, and then they said, "Oh yeah, here you go," and they handed me this Dixie cup. I was like, "No, can I get a real cup? Because I can't put a lid on this because they didn't have lids for the Dixie cup." They said, "Oh yeah, it's $3," and I was like, "Well, you can watch me pour water in it, but I'm not paying for a cup of water." And they said, "Oh yeah, we can't do that." This was I was like, you know what, bullshit. So I called up the corporate number from everybody in my house's phone and placed a complaint about that location at that time. So hopefully they all get fired.
it's a good call. I can't stand when
If I'm
people
spending
fuck with
money,
my food.
yeah, if I'm spending
One time
money,
someone tried to charge me in a Wendy's drive-thru for sauce, and it actually ruined my whole night, ruined my meal because I was like, "Fuck you! I just bought. Is the food not enough? This is supposed to come with it."
Yeah, I know exactly.
And
Listen,
it
that's
triggered
corporate
me.
greed, and they all do it, and it's ridiculous. If I was running a business, if you just make the customer happy with the smallest things, they'll come back. Shake Shack's the absolute worst. Shake Shack
is so lucky that their burgers and food is
fire.
really good because their customer service,
Yep.
their prices, and everything else besides the food is absolute fucking trash.
They had a delicious burger, but then I went in there one time at 8:50 and they were closing down. It's called pre-closing. So I couldn't even get in there and they just ignored me. The customer service is shit.
I've seen them just let people's food sit there for 15 minutes before handing it to them. Maybe it's just the location that we're near, but it is fucking awful.
The worst
is
is
a horrible establishment.
the worst fast food experience I had recently was Taco Bell. And I went in and nobody spoke English, so it's impossible for them to even take my order right, okay? And so then I was they completely screwed up my entire order, so I came back and I went up to the person and I said, "Excuse me, can I speak to the manager?" Then the woman turns around and goes, "Uber for manager." Because they know like 4 words in the English language and it's Uber. If you worked in fast food, you would know that anytime someone comes in and says a name, you scream it to the back and then they pick up the order like Jonathan Uber. This woman didn't know English, so she screamed manager for Uber. No, I'm asking for your manager because your food tastes like shit. Don't fuck with my food. That's my big rule.
It's I can't stand spending money and then feeling like that was a waste, especially on food.
And there were kids run. Let's talk about like the worst experience. I don't go back there. There were literally children running around in the back. It was like some insane, just the worst experience I've ever had in fast food restaurant in my life. Ooh. Oh, that's nasty.
Fuck is that?
This is a rug burn on my hand, and it's
How'd you get a fucking rug burn on your hand?
a rug, dog. Ooh.
Why is your hand on a fucking rug? You walk around on all fours?
It's like, I don't even know. It's pussing. Maybe that's infected.
This is disgusting. Put it away.
Ooh, that is nasty. It's pussing now. You know what it looks like?
Yeah. It's gross. So,
why are they so loud upstairs?
Really fucking loud.
Really loud, like borderline screaming.
Special guest on the podcast is my mom because she's yelling at the top of her lungs. So I'm sure you guys hear that.
But so we're shooting a movie this upcoming summer, and it's super pain in the ass to organize everything. I mean, we're working within our means, which is it's super low budget, and I don't think that the future of making movies is high budget. I think it's really like people with platforms that can make a movie for under $1 million and appeal it directly to their platform. That's where the success. You'll still have your Transformers and your big tentpole movies, but like Shane Gillis just did it. The guy Stavros just did it with his show, or Stav, I don't know what his name is.
You know who just made a little movie, but it was really good. It was really fucking well done.
Who?
Balin Levine made a Cobra Kai fan film, and he got the actual cast in it, and it was just like a goofy thing, and it was really well done.
Wait, which cast members?
Fucking all of them. Johnny Lawrence, Mike Barnes, he got the guy Kenny Payne.
Was Ralph Macchio in it?
Not Ralph Macchio, but William Zabka was in it. He got John Kreese. He got so much of the actual cast.
I wonder how much he paid them, if he paid them.
They did it all they all did it for free. He used all the music from the show and just credited everybody. And he did a half-hour short fan film where he's the kid. It was.
I wonder if it was.
It's hysterical because
he's
getting bullied the whole time, and he gets them in on pranks. But it's funny because it's Balin Levine, so he does crazy shit. So how he's getting bullied is like just every 2 minutes someone's walking over and calling him a pussy or something. It's really funny. It was really well done. But what caught my eye was the technical skills were fucking incredible. It was incredibly well shot.
I wonder if it was
cool
union.
Graphics. Yeah, fucking everyone thinks you need millions of dollars in union, and this is going off of what you're saying. The barrier to entry is rapidly dropping because you could pick up your camera tomorrow and just go out and shoot something, and it's gonna look just as good as some of these cinematographers. You know, a $1 million movie and a $10 million movie, and even a $100,000 movie can all look exactly the same.
Well, if you put Leonardo DiCaprio in a film that I shot with the camera we're shooting here, you would think it was $100 million just because he's in it. Mm-hmm. So a lot of it is just the talent, and the money goes to that. But I mean, yeah, like, so anyone can, I think, make a movie. It's a lot of work. I'd pride ourselves on being filmmakers first, then creators second. We're just general creators. I mean, the landscape's changing. Like,
I actually, I think the opposite personally, because just too many people that I've been around say they're filmmakers and they don't do fucking anything.
Yes,
and they don't
true.
make films. I create a lot of content outside of film, you know, with corporate shoots and products for companies and animation and graphic design. So I really try to have, you know, my hand in a lot of pots.
Well, too many people are out there like focused on the art of it all. Sure, that's great, but like realistically, you need to have a marketing plan. If you're making movies like us or anybody that's not either just born into it and like given, like the very, very select few who are very fortunate to just be kind of put in a position where they can make a movie with just the art in mind. That's not everybody. That's definitely not us. We need to take marketing into account and budget. And all
our
shit
shit has to be good.
It has to be
because
good.
I don't have a name, so nobody gives a fuck what I'm doing.
No, I'm not saying if you're a nepo and you have connections, your stuff your stuff has to be good too. People are hard on nepo babies. They're like, oh yeah, you just have it given to you. Like, no, if your shit sucks, you will fall off. I don't think that I mean they have an in, but honestly, with digital media and social media, I just don't think it does. Everybody has an in. We made last week alone on this podcast, we've gotten over 500,000 views. Like 20 years ago, if you got 500,000 views on something, it was completely unheard of. And if it was a movie, it would have been a smash hit.
You were a big deal. When DSLRs and mirrorless cameras first came out, people would buy them, and they'd do their own short film, and then it'd go viral on YouTube, and then you'd get contacted by Marvel or somebody about directing a project for them because you were able to produce such high quality content on your own.
Yeah.
It caught their eye. So that's still the case. It's just it's way easier. It's way easier for everyone to do it now, but that's still the case.
The film business is no different than any other business. Bottom line, do you make good stuff for cheap and then make money on it? If you can do that, you'll be successful. Can you make money? Can you make something that's good that people want to watch? That's it. If you're making the most impactful film in the world but nobody gives a fuck, it doesn't matter. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody's going to watch it. No one cares. It needs to be entertaining. It's my number one rule. But back to our movie, what we're doing, man, it's like every single thing that could go wrong before we've even started shooting does go wrong. I mean, and this is not being a pessimist, this is just true. It's like everybody's out to stop you. Everybody's literally out to stop you. We're trying to get locations right now. And my public school that I went to, we talked about this last time, but the public school we went to, and I don't want to go too deep into it because, well, they gave us an original
We didn't get too deep into it because we asked for a quote for 12 days and it was fucking $40,000.
12 days to use the public school gym.
We didn't get deep at all.
They gave me $40,000 to use that. They would make me pay $40,000 to use that. And then they came back in their quote when I was like, yeah, it's not happening. And they said, oh, well, that's the highest possible. But so they tried to make me pay $40,000. Otherwise, they wouldn't have
If you just said up front, oh, yeah, sure, no problem.
They would have taken it.
They would have fucking taken your money.
Yeah, and that's disgusting.
Because they heard that you're doing a project. They heard
now, they may go back
who's
on
involved in it, and then they decided to pull a fast one.
Yeah.
Try to get some money.
I mean,
people hear film project and they think ATM.
Yeah, but it's not the case.
It's actually the exact opposite.
Listen,
Doesn't any fucking money.
Yeah, we have no. Disney wouldn't spend $40,000 on a gym for 12 days to shoot their movie. That's not how they became Disney. Okay.
It just all goes back to people who think they need to spend money to make good work. You have to spend a little bit of money, but
yeah, you do have to spend a little bit of money.
Like,
you have to spend a lot of time.
I bought a camera and I bought computer equipment and I was really smart when I was speccing out my equipment and I found the stuff in a price point that will get me the same quality as these bigger things, and I've just been using that stuff ever since. I'm going to upgrade my equipment soon, but you can get great results for really, really cheap. So you don't need to spend all that money on equipment and everything.
I mean, think about it like this. The most fun memories that anybody has in their life are not times where they probably spent $20 million. It's probably just sitting around in a circle with a couple of your good friends or doing something with a couple of your friends or family, having a good laugh. It doesn't cost money to be funny or to be scary. It costs money to put together the technical aspect, the marketing aspect, all those things. But I think if you have a really good script, I'm a believer that if you make something good, it will find its way to the top. And social media is proof of that. Mm-hmm. We made a video, we have 0 followers, and we've gotten like 500,000 views in the past 2 weeks. Why? Because those 2 videos I think are funny. And all the other content that we're in, Cameron has Render Row, and I work on I do the makeup artist workshop with my friend, and there's things going for that allow it to get views, but ultimately the content's good, and we're telling a good story, and we are providing value to people, so it rises to the top. Make good shit, it'll rise to the top in every event.
If the work is good, it'll get noticed, you know? I mean, I remember when my first animated project for my animation page popped off, and it was just, I was fucking blown away, and it was just getting such great feedback. And you know, it's been like that whenever I drop a project that's really well done. It gets noticed, and you get comments, and people are like, "Oh, this is really good." I mean, honestly, it's the same if you make something bad that gets views. I've had a project I put out where a lot of people called me out on it and said, like, this looks like shit.
Yeah, but they know your name now. Look at Tommy Wiseau in The Room. He could make a movie today, and I guarantee you would make a shit ton of money in the box office because people want to see the next Tommy Wiseau movie.
Uh-huh.
You know, and
cult following.
All right, that is completely contrary to what I just said about it being good. But what that is
well, it can be so bad.
Yeah, that it is good. I mean, it's so
that's
bad
another
that it's
thing.
good.
That
yeah.
counts as it being good.
There's no one way to do any of this. There's no path.
Thanksgiving is another movie that's like that, where it's such an atrocious. What was the thing? The priest and the raptor? Sharknado.
Oh yeah. Velocipaster. Velocipaster. Yeah.
Velocipaster. Yeah.
That didn't go anywhere though. That was like people talked about it a little, got some attention, but I mean the Room.
Then it went somewhere. Maybe it didn't go
all
the way, but
somewhere.
Something.
There's no chance you tell it to someone and they don't laugh or know about what it is.
Something can be so bad that it's good. You know, so that works too. That goes back to
Now,
if
my
it's good,
favorite
it
thing to
works.
do though my favorite thing to do is I get so bored watching good movies because I critique the shit out of them and I'm way too critical of anything that I watch. So what I do now is I go to Amazon where anybody can just upload their movies and I watch all the like homemade movies that people make, like film school students or people trying to make a movie like us. And they're just like the worst movies ever made. But
Just go about the competition.
just go about the competition. No, they're funny to watch, but they're so bad, and that's why they're funny.
That's crazy because there's definitely 2 other people sitting in a basement right now who just watched one of our projects saying the same shit.
Yeah, that shit
Yeah,
sucks.
these assholes, this fucking bullshit project.
No, I don't think our stuff does suck though, and I'm honest with myself about it.
I waited years. I've been doing animation and video editing. Basically,
I'll say it. I
everything.
watch my shit, and if it sucks,
I've been
like,
doing
sucks.
this stuff since I was fucking 12 years old, and I never promoted my stuff on social media. People would ask me about it, and I'd talk about it, but I never would really go out of my way to push it. And then I reached a point where I felt like I was good enough to start pushing it, and I did. And I guess it's like not really imposter syndrome. It just goes back to the whole, yeah, you know, I think you have to actually say that and have it mean something, you have to reach a certain level
What
of
do you mean?
skill. I think my stuff's good enough. Like, because
yeah.
there's people who will sit there and promote the shit out of their film, and that's fine if you make a film and you're proud of it. But I still don't go around and saying I'm a filmmaker because I haven't made a film.
Yeah, it's weird. I feel like, well, no, we've definitely made films. We're definitely filmmakers.
I say content because
But
that's
yeah,
what I've succeeded
If I
in
tell
so far.
people, oh yeah, I'm a filmmaker. Oh well, what movie have you made? Oh well, we actually at this point we have worked as associate producers on like a film that's coming out in theaters later this year, and we've done a bunch of content. We can claim that at this point, but I'm not going to claim that until our movie's done
first.
Yeah, I'm not
Because that's not at the front of things that
Dog,
I
it's like-
do.
it's like
That's
these-
not what I've
yeah.
succeeded at.
I
the
just
most
say I'm
at.
in digital content and media because it's the best encompassing term for everything.
Media.
It's like these people who are like, oh yeah, I'm an
Marketing.
actor, writer, singer, musician.
Somebody says they're an actor, dancer, singer.
Yeah, it means that they do none of those things good.
Exactly.
Unless you're like the 1.1% of people who can do all of those things good. And I say that maybe as a bit, maybe as a bit of a narcissist because the movie that we're doing now, I'm writing, directing, and acting in, but purely because that's out of necessity because
Can't fucking
we can't afford
pay
it.
actors.
We can't pay actors. We can't pay.
Not gonna
directors.
pay the fucking scriptwriter to
Also,
put my idea
yeah,
on
yeah.
paper.
Also,
I want to put it down.
when
so.
it comes to directing, like directing and writing, I got that, and acting in it, I think I got it too. Might suck, might not. The thing is, I'm actually doing it though. A lot of people say, "Oh yeah, actress, dancer, writer." They don't write, act, dance, or do any of it. That's the thing. Most people just talk shit about doing stuff. Like, okay, everybody wants to be rich, famous, movies, whatnot, right? How many people are actually willing to do the work? You have 1 million people, 100,000 are going to do the work. How many of them are actually going to do something good? 15,000. How many of them are actually going to
do something good again?
do something good again and again and again, and
again.
then actually make it and follow through? Maybe 4,000. Now, how many of these people are going to continue and not stop? 2,000. And how many of them are going to get lucky? Maybe 100. So yeah, it does chop down. But the point is that most people, the odds are not as bad as people make it out to be to make it in the film industry. It's just if I see no way in failing if you're completely persistent for years and years and years and years and years and you don't stop.
This kid who's the Balin Levine video, he's addicted to Cobra Kai, and he's been talking about all that stuff for years now. Since the first season, he'd go do pranks and shit. He just made a short film, like a well-done short film that's a half-hour long, with the cast. He got the real people in it. That's like a real short, a real project. It could literally be in the Cobra Kai universe. So
Whenever we reach out, we
he
gotta
did.
get some like known people in our film. We have to get like a few. I'd like to get Joe Gatto from Impractical Jokers.
Joe Gatto is fun.
Joe Gatto would be funny, or any of the Impractical